I tried to film this video with my new fancy camera, but unfortunately that didn't go so well. Kept doing strange things with focusing and I couldn't really figure it out, and it's too damn hot for me to think about that today. So I'm back on the floor with my iPad. Good old-fashioned iPad times. Hi! It's really hot today. It's 42 degrees right now. I kind of like it outside because it's a little bit nice and hot, but inside where I am now, it's all still and gross and really difficult to think. So I'm sorry if I make very little sense this video. But on the it's hot thing, I did a thing yesterday where I got up from sleeping, as one does. One tends to awaken. I got up from sleeping and I decided that I wanted to go for a swim. So I got into my togs and I decided to took the cover off my pool and jumped in, and it felt just amazing because this is like 9 in the morning. It's already like 40 degrees because we're in the middle of a heat wave in Melbourne. So this just felt fantastic, and this is after 3 days of just heat and awful. So I jump in, it's all fine. I emerge from the water with a bit of a whoop. I turn around and I dive under again, and I emerge from the water again, only to see directly in front of me a small black shape floating in the water. And as I get a little bit closer, I realize that it's a dead bird, and I panic and freak out and run out of the water because ew, that's really gross. And then I go down to the ocean instead because I no longer feel comfortable getting in my pool. So that's the story of my mental scarring for the week. How have you guys been? I've seen Sam and Kelly's videos about the safety in the theatre, which I found really interesting and really cool, especially in terms of fight choreography, because that's kind of a bit of a pet peeve of mine, is people who don't choreograph their fights well or safely, particularly safely. I've done some choreographing of fights before. I've been trained by the second best fight choreographer in Australia, and she's just amazing, and I learnt so much from her when I got to work with her. So that's a big thing for me, is safety and fight choreography. I noticed that I got a little bit giddy because someone on Sam's post of that video from the ballet company mentioned the face line. I'm like, oh, I know what that is, because Flick taught me it, and it was very exciting. So those are really cool videos. I want to say stuff about safety, but I feel I couldn't really add much to what Kelly already said. Like it's just kind of so important in theatre, especially for anyone who stage managed before or is a stage manager. It's just so integral to be able to safely run a theatre and safely conduct yourself inside of a theatre, especially when things like swords come into it. And even when you're just throwing fake punches, just the ability to do that safely is really important. So what's going on with me in terms of theatre at the moment? I'll just do my little floor dance. I'm going to Adelaide next month, so I'll see you there, Mark. You guys all know that, though. We started rehearsals for that again. So it's going to be a pretty fun show, although I'm a little bit worried that Mark will probably hate it now after our little conversation on wacky, crazy theatre the other day. But I think it does things. It may not have a very conducive plot. It may not make a whole lot of sense, but audiences come out of it with something. It gives an audience something, and if that something is wild hatred because they didn't know what was going on, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with an audience walking out angry because they didn't know what was going on, but it still affected them in some capacity. So yeah, so that's exciting. It's a little bit scary. It's a little bit a whole lot of money that I don't have to get there, but we'll work it out. We'll get there somehow. So I'm pretty excited about that. I get to just go see a lot of theatre at the Fringe Festival in Adelaide for a couple of weeks, so that's going to be my life. I'll try and make a few videos on there. I'll definitely make one video with Mark. I turn up on the 13th of February, Mark, if you're free, and that's kind of going to be the day when I'm really quite free to do stuff. So if you're free that day, hopefully I'll see you then. That's it. Bye.